everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Real Deal, where we will be discussing another couple of episodes of the Infinity Train. Today, we're going to be doing episodes 5 and 6. My name is Bryant Reil, and this is my sister. We're using real names today again, right?
Yeah, okay.
That's Amber. Oh, wait. Introduce yourself. Sorry, I apologize. Go ahead.
Amber.
It's Steve.
Yeah. She's listed herself as Goob there, but that's okay.
Yep.
That's what we used to call her as a kid.
Oh,
Behind my back.
my beautiful goob.
I didn't know about that.
No, we never did it
Till
when you
now.
were there because, we didn't want you to be sad. Okay. Before we get started, though, before we hit play,
Mhm.
you recap us last time. There's a hint behind me. Or is that, yeah.
Steve's the recapper.
Oh, yeah,
What?
Steve's apparently the recapper.
No,
Uh-uh.
I thought you were.
No, that
Oh.
was not.
I thought Steve was the analyst.
I was the analyst.
And the
You're
recapper.
recap.
No,
Then why
Okay.
are you even here?
because I'm here for insights.
No.
All right. Well, anyway, the one behind me is the crystal car. Remember, she had to, find her
Yeah.
heart song.
Yeah, we watched that
And
one.
Yeah, we watched that one, and it wasn't. Yeah, I didn't want to put one up you haven't seen yet
Oh.
because I thought it'd be spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, this one, it's the one where she went through all the mean emotional songs she knew, but then realized her heart song was the one she used to sing with her family on road trips. Okay, so today we're gonna watch the cat car and the unfinished car.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, how many of these shows are there, by the way?
There's 10 episodes of each season. There's 4 seasons. We don't have to do all of them. That's up to you.
40.
We're gonna do first season first, and then we'll see what you think.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You still
Nope.
can't hear it?
There you go.
We're good.
Okay.
What was that fellow's name again?
I kind of already forgot.
Well, I'm going to call him Mildred the Tyrannosaur.
So cars on the train can just move around?
I like it. Feels wild and unpredictable.
Oh, what is this place?
It looks to be a study. Why do they study hoarding?
I don't know why that picture makes me laugh.
No, of course not.
If it isn't my favorite person named after a flower for no good reason. Calm down, dog.
This place, but your mom's a little quiet.
Don't touch that! I apologize. Everything here is extremely important to me.
Yeah, well, it's really dusty and boring to me, so we're leaving.
Goodbye, former kidnapper.
I miss you already, and it's emotionally confusing.
Wait, don't you want to explore the kismet that brought us together?
Nope, I don't trust you.
That prickles my whiskers, kitten. But I understand. Au revoir.
Wait, where'd you get this?
I procure so many wonderful things. Why?
Because it has my name on it.
Oh, is that one yours? I suppose we ought to give it a look,
Great idea.
Careful, Julie. I don't trust it.
Well, what if it's important?
Of course it is. This tape contains everything that makes you, you. Every passenger has one.
Every passenger?
Guess you're not special.
Yes, and every one of them has a little number from a little tape, just like you.
How's this connected to my number? Who made it? How does it help me?
My dear, it will be much simpler if we just watch. In you go.
Atticus? I remember that.
Mom, look! I can see Ryan's belt in fall of his pants.
Hey, you're me.
Wave your hands in the air!
Like you don't care.
What's going on? Whoa, Dog World? Oh, I used to love this place. I wonder why it closed.
Tulip, how about those dolphins?
They look so beautiful in their natural state.
Oh, yeah. This day was so much fun. I'm home. I'm still in a memory.
Are you tired of owning things that aren't donuts, but could be donuts? Every day of my miserable life.
What was that?
Great news, bud.
You got a full scholarship to Vassar, the school for smart people, too creative for their own good. Ah, that's better. This isn't right. Something's changing my memories. Let's hear it for Daphne. What do you mean she won't wake up? Oh, so that's why they closed off-world.
Mom, Dad, can we move closer?
See, I told you she needed glasses, Andy.
Well, maybe you should have taken her to the optometrist, Megan.
When am I supposed to do that?
Anytime.
Oh, yeah,
Do it
they
literally
were
anytime.
fighting.
Okay, I'll be sure to add it to my free time between my double shifts at the
Look,
hospital.
it's not like I'm just sitting around watching.
Why'd the static go down?
Aha! Donut holder.
They shouldn't be here.
Harry the bike guy. He's woke for the spokes.
It isn't a sham. I am.
Dad was there.
Huh? So you're tucking me in now, huh?
It's really quiet, Brent.
You having dinner here? Going out.
How's that?
Neither.
Yeah, better.
I'll talk to you.
Talk with you.
She gets it.
This is how it happened. Philip, we want you to know we both love you so much, but things are going to be changing soon. Changing? Is this like a puberty thing? Because if so, I'm fine. Let's just go get Chinese food. And
Sit.
Andy. What? You might have noticed Dad and I have problems sometimes, like arguments, things like that.
We tried to fix things, but your mom and I decided to take some time off from each other. Are you okay?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be? You're not. Are you getting divorced? Well, right now we're just separating. But then you're going to get divorced after that. It's not that simple.
It's not that simple, bud.
Yeah, it is. You're either married or you're not. What else is there? Tulip, please. We just want you to know none of this is your fault. I know that. Why would it be? I remember how scared I was.
Tulip, I'm so sorry.
How mad I was. How alone I felt. Things change, but our love for you won't. We just want you to understand. I understand perfectly. Things were fine, but then you decided to change everything. That's definitely what happened. But knowing it sure doesn't feel any better. Guess I was the one changing my memories. You tried to trap me?
Can one really be trapped when reliving such happy memories? Perhaps you want to sit down again. Give it a closer look.
No more numbers. No more mystery.
So I think this is the first for me. Well, okay, the first episode touched on this is, I guess, the second episode that really starts hitting on the root theme of the series. They all kind of touch on it a little indirectly. But this, I think, were brought up really good. Like Steve had mentioned before, I remember his last time or the time before, that I had never thought about, but it's actually kind of like her being selfish in a sense. When her parents announced the divorce, she's always like, how did it affected her? And not really. But I thought that's, and when Steve said that, I'm like, oh, that's really kind of important, because in this episode, you see her, like her dad's crying on the couch at night, because obviously he's been booted out of the room for whatever. And so that's like kind of shows her taking care of him. So I think that was a good little note. I mean, this is considered by a lot of people, this is where the show starts getting a lot more emotional, kind of.
Makes sense. Feels more emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just checking if we might have got a little teary. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, no, I feel like when I first saw it, I probably got a little teary actually.
Yeah, with this episode.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm dead inside. So.
Yeah.
I know. I was just gonna say
No.
Amber's an emotionalist husk. So
Yeah.
she
No,
probably didn't really react to it.
she didn't feel anything.
I'm a cyborg.
Not for like,
No.
but I think for many people, this is kind of
Right.
an emotional episode. Yeah.
Right, because she's going back to the divorce.
Well, and it's nice because she's realizing like, hey, this isn't how I remembered it.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Dolphin World or whatever wasn't a great memory. She just made it a great memory.
No, I think it probably was a mixed memory.
Well, it was good for her, but then she was right. Like her parents were fighting the whole
Fighting,
time,
yeah.
and the dolphins weren't jumping into a pyramid shape. Like one looked like a drowning dolphin,
Right.
which I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah.
And then
Well, I kind of felt like, is that why she was static? So when she was static, it was like her memory was foggy.
well,
And then
Yeah, I think
the
so.
more that she was
No.
clear in the memory,
I
then she
think-
became less
I
static.
think what was happening there was if she would have lived in the happy memories, so she would have just been lying to herself and she would have just
Yeah.
been forever trapped in the tape, which that thing with the squid arms wants her to be. So I think the squid arm weird face is like her depression and self-loathing kind of deal.
Oh,
And the train is her way out of that and growing and being like
What about the red line?
the red line.
Where's
is
the red line?
the
Sorry.
boss of everything.
Where's the red line?
That's it. Just showed
The
up.
very end of the episode.
It just said musical
Oh.
chatter.
Just went bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah. So the red line is probably one's mom. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah.
yeah,
This is
I
the Steve show.
think
Go, Steve.
No,
go.
you-
I have no
no.
insight on it. No, Steve, go.
I just think it's like the voice in the back. I think that is like the red line is like her doubt and insecurities and all. It's everything trying to keep her delusional to the divorce, right? Instead of growing and being like okay with it.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay.
That's my theory.
Right.
But that's just a theory.
I'm not
Let's-
going to tell you the answer.
Mm.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
The
That does-
They
secrets
say
will
life
unravel over
either
time.
shines you up or grinds you down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the train could either shine her up or grind her down.
Yeah, and I think the cat will eventually become good because it's not actually evil. It's just didn't want its stuff wrecked.
Well, it's
Oh,
scared
no.
of the
Seems scared of the machine.
The tentacle.
yeah,
thing,
so it's being controlled.
Yeah. One thing I liked in this one was I forgot what I was about to say halfway through my sentence.
That's okay.
Give me a second.
It's okay.
I was gonna make a comment. Oh yeah. Now one thing I thought was interesting too is because it does feel like she's making progress in this.
Mhm.
Then at the very, very end, she doesn't because she ends up
Digresses.
being like, okay, I don't care about any of this anymore. She kind of breaks away from her progress.
Right.
But then I was like, that's still kind of maybe a sign of progress though. Because you know how
Yeah.
like when you go through like, the stages of depression. Well, what is it? Like you go through like depression, denial, acceptance, and all those, whatever the steps are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's with the stages of grief or
Yeah,
something.
stages of grief. Yeah, stages
Yeah.
of grief. And I think denial, that's probably her going, or I think denial's over for her. I think this is
The end of it, yeah.
yeah.
Because she went through a lot of like anger.
Yeah.
That was the beginning few, and then
I'm gonna look up the stages of grief. Hold on.
Agreed.
yeah, and then yeah, she might be just either coming in or out of denial. We don't know. 'cause
Okay,
she's
so it's
just like-
denial, anger, bargaining. I think she just came out of denial and now she's moving into anger, maybe.
Yeah, no, yeah, that could be
I
it
think
too.
I totally relate to that. Like you make progress and then kind of detach and maybe
Yeah, but
get
I think
a little
I
bit
think
annoyed
that,
about
what I'm
it.
saying is I think the detachment is not a regression. I think it's part of
process.
the
Healing,
process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right. Okay, okay, wonderful. Are you guys ready for the next?
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when clean is clean.
First things first, let's check for danger. No spikes, mummies, emotional manipulation. Whoa! Whoa, neat. Gravity car?
My goodness, I've always suspected stairs can't be trusted.
One, you okay?
Oh, it's broken.
I broke it.
What are you?
I think the inhabitants found us, but did they send ambassadors or warriors? Royalty.
Gravity turtle car?
Pray tell, who is your little friend dismantling our turtle totter?
One, what are you doing?
It was going, but it should be going. Whoop, whoop. Shouldn't take too long.
I'm sure they have someone who can fix it. Some kind of licensed technician. Technician? Anyway, come on, we gotta go. One, stop being a fussy baby.
Look at that house. There's no wall at all.
So?
These houses are supposed to have walls. Anyone could just walk in.
Oh my gosh, I can see their saucepans.
We've ridden a French toast ferry boat across a maple syrup river. This is relatively normal.
But those weren't broken.
Hey, buddy. I'm kind of worried about you.
This brick isn't supposed to be here at all.
How do you know it's not supposed to be here?
It just isn't.
Well, I suppose someone could trip over these loose bricks.
Exactly. And someone could trip over that loose house. If we each take a side, we can do
Maybe
this.
we shouldn't all split up. But
I was thinking about buying shoes. Oh, really?
Okay. Stop pushing. I'm going.
So what about your missing walls?
You mean the open quarter? Do your houses have walls on all sides? Or how do your people get fresh air or dry their clothes?
Oh, you put a lot of thought into your designs.
This is just how it is.
Take that, Miss Carlson. Now who needs improvement in cleaning up after herself in cursive and brevity? Huh? What? Do not remove the orbs. Got it. I will write that down with less jammy hands. What's going on?
Someone has moved the jam. It's dried up.
Well, yeah, I was trying to help you clean it up.
How are we supposed to slide to the other side? Everything is going to be slowed down if we have to walk.
Oh, you use this? I didn't even think.
Hey, Chief, I'm going to be late. No. Jam pond has been dried up. No, I don't know why it happened. I know how it happened, but I don't know why it happened.
I'm really sorry. Yes, what's
better
going
now?
on? Have you seen One?
Seen him? We're trying to stop him, but we can't reach.
If he moves all those stairs, the gravity will go with them and our kingdom will be torn apart.
One. One, you have to stop! What are you doing?
I'm helping, Miss Tulip. I'm putting it
Where it's supposed to be.
If they knew it was broken,
They would have fixed it.
they don't need to worry anymore. I'm here to get things back in order.
One, you are really scaring me.
Yeah, now I'm floating away.
Why are you doing this?
I have to help put things in order. It wouldn't be like this if I had just been better.
Look around you. This isn't helping.
How can I not try and fix it? It's my fault.
Is that what you think? That it's your fault?
I know it.
No, One. It's not your fault the car is this way. There isn't a fault. It just is. But all this, you trying to make it your responsibility, this is causing real harm.
Don't you see? I know what it's like to think that if you had just been better, things would have been different. That you're responsible for fixing things that are beyond your control. Just know that I speak from experience when I say this is not your fault. And I still want to help you, One, if you'll let me. Ah!
That's the unfinished car. Steve?
Yeah. At first, I thought it was like super over my head, and then it got obvious.
Yeah.
Because I was like, "What's this?" Like the gravity, the floating stairs, and I got lost there.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, but it didn't explain itself. So, but it will. You just got to remember this
Stairs.
car in future episodes.
Oh, okay.
And
Like
this
why
car,
the stairs were floating and.
well, the car. So well, I don't want to say too much without giving spoilers. But Steve, what's your thought on this car?
Well, yeah, I thought it was for her to learn that it's not her fault. I mean, that was pretty.
Yeah. So the moral
That's
lesson, obviously, is one was like this, trying to take responsibility for all the problems with the car.
Yeah.
He's like, look,
Yeah,
you can't do that. But yeah, I think this is one where in future episodes, what's happening will be explained, but you're not going to guess it. It's just, it's a mystery. You have to wait for the answer.
Got it. Okay. Got it. 'Cause I was thinking this is like too artsy. I don't.
unless
Yeah.
this is like,
Um.
unless it's like, I don't know. The only theory I can have on this is like, and which will be explained in later episodes, I'm assuming, but it's like the parents' relationship and why it's falling apart or coming apart. And then
They're saying if the stairs go, the gravity goes.
Well, it seems like the stairs caused the gravity in this car.
the stairs call the gravity, yeah. So
And
I
that-
wonder if that was like the stairs down, so he had to sleep on the couch.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
You know what I mean?
pretty deep metaphors.
Yeah. And then the balls are back. So like you pull the balls out and things started floating away, and like the sky opened up and there was another sky.
Yeah.
I like that one turtle.
Yeah,
With his-
the business
with his-
turtle.
Yeah, with his corded phone.
He's one of my favorite like background characters.
Yeah. I don't know why the jam was cleared up. I just know it was cleared up.
I know how it happened. I don't know
Yeah.
why it happened.
I think I need to be more blunt when I'm in public.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, we'll probably have to watch more to figure it out a bit, but
Yeah,
I mean, it feels kind of cut and dry. But I mean,
Yeah, I mean that one was obvious, even though because in the memory she said that she's like, of course it's not my fault.
No,
but
but
clearly
she-
she did. On
But
some
clearly
level,
she does
did
think it's
it was
partly,
her
yeah.
fault.
Every
Clearly she's
child-
blaming herself. But I think,
But
yeah, I think
I
that's.
did.
I never blamed myself.
Me neither. However, we have some.
no.
I
you
know
guys
of
were-
some of us who
you guys
did.
were
Like some
older.
people. No, some people kind of did. They felt like, oh,
In our
maybe
family?
parents are fighting, and they kind of felt responsible. Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. But like, however, I also don't have that gene either. I'm like, that's not.
Yeah. It never occurred to me that any of it was my fault. But I
never.
can think of a couple siblings who maybe did feel maybe a little that way. Yeah.
Because it is.
By the way,
a-
anybody out there watching, we have
it
a
is
lot of
common
siblings.
thing for people
So
to feel.
it's a very huge, complex network involved with this, with the
What
real
is-
organization.
You say how many siblings you guys have?
Oh right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So if we ever say brother or sister, that's one of many.
Well, I only have one brother, but you have two.
True.
One of them's me.
True, you have one brother.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I have 5
Brother-in-laws.
sisters. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Yeah,
know
you've
how
got lots of brother-in-laws.
I have 2 brother-in-laws, and one of them, not Steve, Chris looks enough like me. It's very awkward sometimes because Susan's accidentally called me Chris before.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I may have called Steve.
Brian,
Right.
really?
Edit that out. Edit that out.
Like, nope, it's staying in forever.
No.
Yeah. It's on
Okay.
the internet now.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah.
No, take it down.
It's usually,
You have
yeah,
to
like
take it
she's
down
always
or
got
I'm
like
done. This is the last episode.
she'll always have like a question and she'll be like, Brian,
Brian.
oh, Steve. And I'm like,
It's because Bryant, I'll tell the internet, was my Google before there was Google.
Yeah.
So I was used to walking around, asking random questions and getting answers. And so whenever I have like a question, I'd be like, hey, Steve.
Yeah. I'm
And
still.
by Steve,
I'm
I mean
still
Brian,
Dad's
because my
Google.
reflex is to say, Bryant, who knows everything. What's the answer to this?
Yeah. Dad still calls me whenever he has a question because he doesn't use the internet.
I know. You
Yeah.
are the internet.
Yeah. Or I'll just, well, I just use the internet. Sometimes I
yeah,
show
or you have access to the internet.
up.
Yeah. Also true.
That's true, but you were the internet before that.
Yeah, before the internet was the internet. But sadly, now I have the actual
You've
internet.
been replaced.
I've been replaced by a machine.
No.
Brian's been automated.
But one thing in the modern age I have learned is a lot of stuff that I learned in like high school was actually incorrect.
Oh.
Well, you
It was
said
actually
it
one of the
was
big revelations in university is like, oh, I learned X in high. Oh, that was wrong. What I was learning in high school was apparently incorrect.
However, I've always doubted all of it. I'm like,
Yeah, well, you should be skeptical of
that's what
everything.
these people think so far. So
And to be fair, even a lot of the university stuff's probably wrong. It's just a learning process.
absolutely, I'm skeptical of all of it. I'm saying this is what this person thought. This is the conclusion that
Yeah.
this person came to.
But you can
That's
rank.
all I know.
You can rank information though. Like what's
True. That
you
is
know,
true. That is true. How
Yeah.
much do you trust it? That's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How much can you trust it? And then, but there is stuff that we learned that was just outright. Like you remember that cartoon Max the 2,000-year-old mouse? A lot of the history it taught in there was not necessarily.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You might be too young to remember. It was a cartoon from like when I was a little kid. It was probably even older than I am. It's terrible. Terrible little cartoon. It was about this like mouse that would like they would tell stories of history from the perspective of a mouse that lived through it all.
Maybe I do remember that show. Like super vaguely.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I remember
But
it
yeah.
having a name. I thought,
Yeah.
wasn't it like
I
the
think I
show
do
in
know what you're
between
talking
other
about.
shows?
Yeah, it was like a little 5-minute thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was super inaccurate.
Hi, I'm Max, the 2,000-year-old mouse. I
I
know.
just forgot he was
there.
the 2,000-year-old mouse. I remember the hi, I'm Max.
Yeah.
I just remember a mouse living through
All
history.
the same,
That's
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
But only 2,000 years worth.
Oh,
So
so BC, eh? Or
Yeah. Well, the 80s.
AC.
AC. Sorry,
Mhm.
yeah, AC.
Well, AC, whatever you want to call it. Air conditioning, you know.
Or AD.
Yeah. Or
Yes.
CE. Some people call it CE as well, you know.
What's
Oh.
CE stand for?
I don't remember.
Christ ended.
I think it's like, no, I think it's like, it's a non-religious term. It's like
Oh.
current era, you know, or something like that.
Oh yeah. End of line.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, I remember what I was going to say and then I forgot. I liked how they did these two episodes back to back because the cat car got kind of more deep emotionally, but I think it was very simple to follow. You didn't need not so much intellectual stimulus, right? It was like pretty easy to follow what's going on, but some stronger emotional resonance. And then the second car, the unfinished car, was kind of more thinky.
Was more what?
Thinky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Figuring out what's going. It's like the inception of the episodes, I guess. Although here's my beef. Sorry, go ahead.
The what?
Well, I was going to say, but really, honestly, when you're watching it for the first time, and when you literally can't watch on,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem that out of the ordinary because it feels like they hit you with the big hard moral lesson, but only because you've seen further do we know that there's something deeper.
That's
to that
true.
car.
You're
You
right.
could have just thought it's some random Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, because I mean,
moment.
it made sense to me because she doesn't know the real reason why her parents would be getting divorced, other than they
Right.
fight all the time. But that's just the physical.
Are they going to get into that? That'd
Probably.
be good.
I
Right,
can't
'cause
tell
it-
you, Amber, because that is part of the mystery.
Yeah. So, but then this car, really, that's what my theory is on it. It's like everything's all topsy turvy. There's no walls. There's no rhyme or reason because she doesn't understand really why her parents got divorced. Only that they did get divorced, and there's only surface things like arguments and fights and dad sleeping on couches and stuff like that. But she doesn't know the real reason.
Right.
Again, Steve Smith hot fire.
Yeah.
The theoretical mic job. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but I'm just because honestly, because that car to me was just like,
stuff
oh,
is
yeah,
that I
sure.
feel like you could analyze it and be like so far off base, but whatever, if it means something to,
Yeah, no, totally.
you know, if you get a
Yeah.
takeaway out of
Hey,
it.
you know,
I mean, you can only
But yeah,
you only assume that it's getting deeper and deeper and deeper.
I do that a lot in shows and then find that it's not getting deep.
this is why I didn't like. Okay, did you guys have to read The Great Gatsby in high school?
Mhm.
No.
Which the thing that I didn't like is we read The Great Gatsby and I was okay with the book until we got like F. Scott Fitzgerald's own description of what everything meant.
Meant.
Oh, and then it
Analyzing,
changes everything.
analyzing the symbolism is
Mhm.
kind of fun,
Mhm.
but once you know the author's actual intent, it kind of ruins the exercise, especially if you
Fair
got
enough.
something else out of it.
Right.
You know, it
It's
kind of
like,
ruins
oh,
it.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's what you meant?
It's true. It's
Wow.
like you don't.
Your
You don't
idea was
want to
stupid.
share. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like a song. Like if you love a song for a certain reason, and then you find out that's not what the song means,
Yeah.
and you love it less.
And that's actually why of Monsters, I think that's the reason of Monsters and Men don't really ever explain their lyrics.
Yeah.
They do a couple hints they give here and there, but for the most part, I think that's why they avoid talking about their lyrics.
I've heard a lot of people do that, and also because you hear of band people who say that, like, yeah, like people will come up to them and tell them all this deep meaning in their songs, which was not what they were saying.
Yeah, it
but
was
then at the
like,
same
oh,
time,
dude, I was
it's
high
kinda
on
like-
mushrooms when I wrote that.
at the same time, it's like if someone connects with it and really like help them through something, then don't burst their bubble, right? Like,
Well, you don't. I mean, yeah, you could just be like, "Oh, that's
cool.
amazing
That's what
that you're
you
that's
got
what
out
you
of
got
it.
out of my drug-fueled song that I
Yeah.
created
Yeah.
in the bathroom."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I think a lot of the good artists, they won't tell you you're wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because that's what art is about.
Well, yeah,
Art
it's intuitive.
is therapy. Like
Yeah.
when you think about like art is, it's like music
Yeah,
and
and it's got to
art
be
is all
flexible.
about
It's
like
got to adapt to all different people and all the different needs and
Yeah.
interpretations.
Yeah.
You know.
it's like you create it for your own reasons, but
Yeah.
then you share it for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's over explaining can kill things.
Totally.
Yeah.
But also, and this sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, that's a Freudian, because he would try to interpret dreams. And
Oh.
people would say, "Oh, I had a dream about this and that.
Mm.
Like my father was smoking. Does that mean he was gay?" Sort of a thing. It's like
Right.
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 No, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. He
It's
was-
just not- but like,
Red lights, too.
but isn't it weird though how sometimes you have dreams and like you wake up and you're like, that meant something, that dream. But then other times you have dreams and you're like, that was just
And
random.
did I ever tell you about the dream where I dreamed that you died? But it was such a clear dream that when I woke up, I was like, hold on.
Yes.
Was that
I remember
real?
the day. I don't remember
You
you
see-
telling me. I remember the day
Right,
because you looked at me and you were kind of startled. You said when you saw me.
Well,
you
I wasn't 100% sure. So I went upstairs like, oh, okay, I guess that was a dream.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Steve.
No, it's all good. You know what drives me kind of nuts? I don't know if you've seen the new Doctor Strange movie,
Not yet.
but I've been saying this for literally years. There's a scene in it where he says, so dreams are just windows into other realities of you,
Right.
right? And I've been saying that for years and years and years and years. Like
Another dimension.
so yeah, every time I have a dream, I'm like, man, that was me, but not me. Like I've had dreams where
Mhm.
I was married to Amber, but we were older and we were living, and it was like things looked futuristic, but not unrealistically futuristic. And I was like, I had cancer, and I just remember like all my friends were around me, and you know what I mean? It was my birthday or something like that. You know what I mean? And it was a really weird, I was like, it was too vivid. And I was witnessing it like from like a fly on the wall perspective. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I was like in my body.
Yeah, a lot of dreams. A lot of dreams are like third person. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah. So it was like, you know what I mean? It just felt so strange. Like I was watching a movie of my life, of not my life. You know what I mean? It's like a movie of me, starring me, not what I'm doing right now. It was really weird. But so anyways, that's.
Did I ever tell you about the dream that I had where I studied my dream from within my dreams? It was really interesting because I had, you know how sometimes you become self-aware in your dreams, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes I've had that happen where I've tried to fly because I'm like, oh, I'm dreaming, I should be able to fly. But I've had dreams where I couldn't fly, even though I knew I was dreaming, and I got very frustrated. So a couple of years ago, I had a dream, and I was like, okay, I'm going to figure out why I can't do whatever I want in my dreams. So I'm going to study it from the inside. And I'm always worried too, because a lot of times when I get vivid dreams like this, I'll wake up too soon. But this one, I stayed asleep. I went through several dreams, and the dream that when I became self-aware, I could fly in that dream. So I was like, okay, why can I fly now, but I can't always fly in my dreams? So I went from dream to dream, studying, trying to analyze what was happening in each dream. And I came up with two conclusions that I learned. And number one was the dream had set parameters when it started. So the dream would have its own rules, and you couldn't change the rules for that dream. But I also knew that my brain was creating the rules for the dream. So I figured next time it happens, I can figure out how those rules are being set. But once I was in that dream and the rules were set, I had to live by those rules. But I would instinctively and if I needed to know, well, can I fly in this dream? I instantly knew. I didn't have to try to fly. I would instantly know I can fly or I can't, but I'd have to think of it. So I had one where these stormtroopers were hunting me cross country. And at first I was like, okay, can I whisk them away with a thought? And it's like, no, you can't. But can I stand still and turn invisible? Yeah, right? So I just was able to turn invisible until they went by. And then the other thing I learned, so that was the parameters. And the other thing I learned was the dream would have same thing, it had a narrative. And I had complete free will, but the narrative of the dream would happen regardless of what I did, right? So like the dream would have like a certain storyline kind of, but I had to follow that, but I could still do whatever I wanted within that. Like if it was a dream about running out of gas in the desert, I was going to run out of gas in the desert. But you know.
I'm gonna try more now to do things, because usually when I
can't
become
do this intentionally, it just happens once in a while.
Right, because usually when I become aware of my dream, it's usually a bad dream.
Oh.
And I usually wake myself up. And it's usually a relieving moment. Because I'm like so frustrated in my dream and so annoyed. And then all of a sudden I'm like, this is a dream. Oh my goodness.
Really?
And then I wake myself up or generally. Yeah.
I have zero control.
You've never had a lucid dream?
I mean, I've had dreams where you're kind of in that half awake, half asleep. But generally speaking, and then I could, I can wake myself up or do things, differently. But yeah, usually it's when I dream, it's like watching a movie.
Okay.
When you're having a
I would say that's
dream.
most of the time for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you ever have dreams where you're not in them? Like you're just watching other people?
I can't think of any.
Yeah,
I think I did last night. I don't usually, but I think I did last night. It was about, I hate to bring it up because it was about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Oh yeah.
And because we just watched it. We watched it before bed. So
well, see, I followed the trial pretty closely because I had COVID when it first started.
Oh, right.
So I was stuck at home. So I got kind of involved.
I actually didn't follow. I actually followed it the first time. And then the second time I haven't followed it really.
Okay.
But we did catch up a little bit last night. And then, so in the dream, she was found guilty, but then she said something to someone and then she was found not guilty.
Okay.
Weird.
Anyway, but it was weird because I wasn't in that dream.
Oh, but kind of you were because
Yeah.
I was watching something like
You
I knew, it was
were.
but like I wasn't really a character. Like I was
Yeah.
just like there-ish. Like I was watching.
There
TV.
was an Amber in the dream, though. That's the
There
point.
was, yeah, and that could have been you. Maybe I was Johnny Depp.
Maybe it would only make sense.
Amber's also had a dream where she was a zombie.
He knows.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Like that's
Like,
crazy.
she was a zombie planning how to catch people.
Yeah, like struggling to
here was
Oh
the
no,
catch.
dream.
but I remember you
Oh.
got frustrated because you couldn't catch them.
Yeah.
Yes, that was what it was. I wasn't a plotter. I remember because Steve was coming back from me. I was in the house and Steve was coming, he was driving back to like get me. And I'm like, don't come back. I'm like, I'm bit, don't come back. And then I remember like going after people and being really good at it. I was really fast. And I'm like, I'm great at being a zombie. And then
This is
and
not
then
real.
this I know.
No, there's no
which
way
is
zombie
which is
Elvis
why
that.
I know, which is why I really enjoyed it at first. I was like, this is so awesome. I would never think I would be such a good zombie. And then this 9-year-old was like outrunning me and it was making me so mad. And then I started like really sucking at being a zombie.
Oh, so
Like
like
a
it
blind
drew your
person or like
confidence.
A living
zombie.
person I was trying to eat. And but they were like a 9-year-old child and then I couldn't catch them and it was
And
very
just your confidence was shattered.
Yeah, yeah.
Destroyed
Yeah.
you.
yeah.
Like I've
But
only
that
ever
was the
had-
weirdest because if I watch something with zombies, I'm almost guaranteed to have a zombie dream. And that's the only time I've ever been zombie.
Yeah, like,
Which
that's
you think would be scary, but it was actually fun and then frustrating.
Yeah.
It would be kind of cool to be.
It
the
was
zombie.
sad actually. It was sad, like the don't come back part.
Yeah, but I mean, could you imagine if we were all just zombies?
Yeah.
And we were just all hanging out, like,
Yeah.
now what?
It's true.
We had
Let's
this
go get
discussion.
something to
I
eat.
have to tell the audience, we had this discussion at a family gathering on what we would do in the case of a zombie apocalypse. And everyone who is a real just was like, would give up. But then Steve and Chris was like, you're the only two that seemed like you were had any interest in trying to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly not from the bloodline.
Yes, nobody from the bloodline was into that.
Yeah. Yes, I have no desire to start the world. from
Yeah.
scratch.
In fact, I told Amber, as soon as I get bit, I'm hiding under your bed. As soon
Oh,
as I
really?
get bit, I'm driving to your house. I'm gonna hide I shouldn't stay under the bed. I'm gonna hide somewhere in your house.
Good
till I
luck getting
turn.
under
Yeah.
the bed.
Good luck.
We have
Good
a-
luck
we have
hiding
a
in our
captain's
house.
bed, so
It'll be somewhere. It could be in a closet. Maybe I'll hide in the bathtub. Just waiting to turn.
What are you gonna do if we find you before then? Like, Bryant, are you bit?
I'll just have to pretend. At that point, it's all
No.
just improv.
No, I was just hiding in your bathtub.
No, I'm
Fun.
pretending to be a zombie at that point. I'll just okay, I'm in now. I'm committed.
I'm just brushing my
I just-
teeth.
ah,
Yeah.
ah, ah, you're not even breaking the skin. It's like a nasty suck. Get off me, Brian.
I'm just saying, be ready.
You just
You're
got
right,
me
though.
down.
That would be embarrassing if I got caught beforehand.
Yeah.
What are you doing under the bed, Bryant?
I mean, if I was turning, I would tape mitts onto my hands, like the best winter gloves I could ever find, and smash my teeth out. Then I'm the harmless zombie.
Oh, you're the opposite of me.
Yeah,
is,
I'd be
like,
"Ooh,
My goal
what
is
do
to
they
terrorize
wanna
the
eat
world,
for?
and you're like trying to help people.
yeah.
What do they want to eat for? They're gonna live anyway.
What?
What do they want to eat so bad for? Like they're gonna keep living forever.
Well,
Whether
they're not
they eat
living
or
forever
not.
because they're actually dead already.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. They're eternally dead,
Yeah.
No, but
alive, dead,
I don't know. I don't know what the eating
living
does
dead.
for-
Exactly. So like,
I don't
what's
know what the eating
I
does
don't
for
know.
a
So, yeah, you
zombie,
could-
I think it's hard to
Yeah.
analyze the science behind zombies.
because there's no, yeah, they're not real.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is just because it's like one of the things that we do all the time. It's like,
Well, and it could be like 28 days. Oh, okay. Here's two theories. So number one, 28 days later, the people are still alive, but they behave like zombies, but they do eventually starve to death, right?
yeah,
Their brains are basically shut down, but their bodies are actually technically still alive, and they have to eat.
it's like
And Or the show that I can't think of the name where that girl becomes a medical doctor. I think we talked about before. And you have to eat brains. It's like they if you're a zombie, you have to eat brains to keep your brain active. Like you can stay intelligent, you can stay yourself.
Oh, I see.
That was like that one movie too.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a TV show I used to watch with Janice.
Yeah, that was called.
But here's the thing. But being a zombie is kind of like being old. Would I care more about being smart or happy? You know, it's like as an old person, I would rather be happy.
Yeah,
I'd be okay being senile if it's happy senile.
Yeah.
I don't know if a zombie has
Like,
a
I'm
choice,
90.
right? Because like the body just takes over.
Yeah, the body just takes over. So as a zombie, typically you're not thinking.
Yeah, you're just like, I just
So,
need to do these things to keep going.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that your philosophy is good because if you knock out your teeth and you make it so you can't eat, it's not going to matter.
I mean,
whether you eat or don't eat,
just cut your head off.
You're still living dead.
You could just like, well, you may starve to death.
But then that would almost be a good thing, right?
Well,
Because you're like, this is grueling.
You're gonna get to a point anyways as a zombie, which doesn't make any sense because zombies don't eat zombies. That zombies would just die out. Honestly, the smartest thing you could do in a zombie apocalypse, if you're not infected, is to go as far north as you can.
Yeah, they're just gonna freeze in the winter.
Exactly. And then you walk around with a bat and you have a smashing party.
Yeah.
Smash, smash, smash. You know what I mean?
Because they have no internal body temperature anymore. They have no you know.
Steve has thought about this a lot. So like if there's ever a zombie taking over, Steve's the person to go to.
No, but he's not the person to go to because we have opposite goals.
Yeah. You guys want to be
His goal is to survive. My goal is to be the most menacing zombie I can be.
You know, I don't want to be a zombie. I just don't want to be around.
If anything, I'm putting on a suit of armor before I die.
You're what?
I'm putting on a suit of armor before I die. And a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, around your head.
Yeah.
And just like,
just in case my head in like steel.
You have it made already, Brian?
Yeah.
Like
I'll probably like sharpen. I'll file all my teeth to a point real quick.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm turning. Yeah. Like, who was this guy? Yeah. Who was this guy in life? He seems so normal. We've watched his YouTube channels. He was so normal. Why does he have filed teeth?
I think it would be fun if a lot of people put on roller skates before they turned. Because either you would get cool roller skating zombies or just be hilarious to watch them stumble around on roller skate. Oh my goodness. I'm going to start putting roller skate. If there's a zombie apocalypse, I'm just going to start knocking over zombies and putting roller skates on them.
With like a bucket on their head.
How is this not in a movie already? A parking lot full of zombies and roller skates. Just
like
falling over. Now I want to stay alive, Steve. I found motivation.
Now you
found a reason to live in the zombie apocalypse.
He switched teeth.
Yeah, it's wicked.
I gotta start spending all my money on roller skates.
Yeah, well,
no.
You need a lot of storage
in the zombie apocalypse. Everything is for free.
True.
I know, but somebody else is going to have this idea and start stockpiling them.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
There's no way I'm the only one who's thought of this.
It's too good.
Yeah, everybody else stockpiles guns. Bryant stockpiles roller skates.
I mean, you do need to pin the zombies down to get the roller skates on them.
It's a 2-man job. One guy holds them down with a stick. The other guy puts the roller skates on.
Yeah.
Actually, three people. One guy defends.
Yeah.
Just in case. Yeah. One guy holds down with a stick. One guy puts.
Not a simple operation.
Worth it.
No.
But I think more importantly, it is you get people who are bitten but not turned yet to put the roller skates on. Like it should just be.
But they're I mean,
it'll be the zombie hospital.
I mean, that's
you've been bitten, trapped.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think it's once you've got bit, it's like, sorry, bud, it's your roller skates now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's
So then if anybody ever turns, because then right now they'll think they're like, oh yeah, look how fast I am. And then as soon as they turn, they're like, oh man. Yeah.
In my head, it looks so hilarious.
It is.
Yeah.